Do you guys like my headphones? They're super serious. I'm gonna take one off so I can hear myself, but let me switch it. We don't have much leverage when it comes to our lifting cord here. But fun fact, these actually like light up when they're on Bluetooth, but unfortunately they're not Bluetooth right now, which kind of sucks. But anyway, hello, my name is Kaylee. I'm a basically jack of all trades. um, and in today's video, I kinda want to talk about a iffy decision that I'm making. Yeah. It's one of those things that could either be really, really good or really, really bad. So, yeah, I guess we're gonna figure that out. But you're probably wondering, Kaylee, um, what what decision are you talking about right now? Like, what's the deal, spill the beans? And the deal, my friends, is that I am going to be spending possibly the next 3 years in the wild, wild west of America with my boyfriend. Yay! um, but here's the thing. Obviously, I cannot work at my job if I'm, not even in the same state. So there's that. And my day job is doing taxes and accounting, like that kind of stuff. And then I also lifeguard, and I'm also an artist and illustrator. I have a few children's books coming out that I've paired with an indie author on. So when I said jack of all trades, I did in fact jack of all trades, and that's just the things I do professionally slash legally. That's not including all the hobbies and special interests. So we're not gonna get into those because then we'd be here all damn day. But anyway, sorry, I'm just a diva, I fear. If I was a teenager or like early 20s in the 2000s, back when like club culture and everything was like, it, I do fear that I would probably be like the queen of the club. Unfortunately, you would be catching me there every day, every night. Just, that's me. But that aside, I kind of want to talk more about this situation a little bit. And, okay, here's the thing. And, sorry, I keep, like, switching from the camera to my face to the camera to the face. Which I probably will keep doing, just like I'm going to keep spinning my chair. But I do want to talk more about the situation. And since this is an art channel, I'll put some B footage, get it rolling. More than likely it's footage where my camera died. So you're probably not going to see anything finished. You're just going to see the process. You're going to see the mess, which I think it's fine. This is my channel. I can do what I want. I just really shoved that. And I have earrings in, so I just basically impaled my skull with my earring. Well, I guess not my skull, but my neck. Guess. Is that what that would be called? I'm not sure. It close enough. If you have pierced ears, you know. But so yeah, context, I guess, is my boyfriend is blue collar. He jets, splices, like all the stuff, like not construction blue collar, but like internet cable kind of blue collar. So it's time. Let's say that. But his boss has taken a job, like a prevailing wage job. If you don't know what prevailing wage means, it's basically a state slash government job. You get paid extra, like if you're the employee, you get paid extra. Company bids on it, on the job, and it's a whole ordeal, but that's basically what you need to know is that you're working for the state slash government and you get paid extra. So there's that. And he has taken this job and it is spanning from Colorado all the way to Texas. And if you do not live in America, or you just, I don't know, haven't looked at a map lately, that's a very big job and is going to take at least 3 years, assuming that they stay on track, they don't really have any problems, they meet their quotas. Like, that's assuming everything goes kind of like according to plan. And I feel like all of us in the big world of adulting know that things routinely do not go to plan. So at minimum 3 years, shooting for 3 years, hopefully not much more than 3 years. And if you've ever been in a long distance relationship, you know it's not the easiest thing to do. And already, with it being like the first week of my boyfriend being out there, he is already homesick and not about it because I'm not there. Which, fair enough. We love a man who misses his woman. But, um, this isn't a con, really, but I am definitely a travel girly. And we live in, like, small town, rural Ohio. If any of you are keeping up with the Omer Street case from Benton County, we are literally in Gallia. Like, we are, we are also rural Ohio, like, not far from Benton County at all. It's maybe like 30 minutes. Um, so yeah. And assuming I don't cut that out, because somebody, I don't know, I highly doubt anybody's gonna try and find me, and even if they do, like, I mean, at least you're invested. You know, if you're invested enough to put in the work to try and find where I live, all props to you. Personally, unless I'm on some petty shit, I probably wouldn't. That's just me. And that is not a challenge, by the way. By the way, that is not a challenge. That is just me. um, coping, I guess. But anyways, I am a travel girly. Hate being Ohio, like being in Ohio. Like, I hate it. I hate it. And I swear, like, so many, like, so much of, like, just stupid shit comes from Ohio. Like, we have the Paul brothers, dude. Like, we created that. And I'm sorry, but I don't really want to be associated. And also, I just kind of hate the weather. I'm I'm a summer girly. I love the beach. I love sweating my tits off. Um, I hate the winter. I hate the cold. both my jobs somewhere. The pool I lifeguard for is the city pool. I literally just handed them like a torn slip of paper that just had Keely needs the month of August off, and which they were fine with it. They didn't really like they didn't make a big deal about it. They were like, "Oh, that's cool. Where are you doing? Where are you going?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out to Colorado, and that was it. I didn't have to do anything special." And mind you, that's a city pool. Like, I'm technically a government employee in that sense. Like, I get like public employee retirement system shit taken out of my paycheck. Like, technically, I am public government employee, and that was fine. But here's the part where it gets messy. Not messy for me, though. Messy for my other job, the accounting job. Because apparently I am the reason we now have a new policy when it comes to requesting stuff off. Now, context is before like this new little policy, which was randomly sprung on to me, but we'll get on to that. We'll get to that. So, so for context, the usual way we request off is we have our schedule printed out, like hung up in the office, and then like the bottom half of the schedule has our names on it. You just write the days you want off next to your name, and you know that that's it. At least that's how it was. Was put it in big fancy bubble letters. Was because now I went into the office. You know what? I'll backtrack a little bit. The day I told my boss this, and he's not just my boss, he's also my colleague because I also have my own tax ID number. I also like do my own, like have my own clients, and given my client list is not nearly as large as his, but either way, like still on equal standing, still, you know. And anyways, the day I told him this, um, it was the same day, like when my other coworker came in, like he pitched it to her, like she was gonna take my clients, my payroll clients, and like take over for me while I'm gone, and all this stuff basically. Um, so like already he was just like already trying to problem solve it. But before she had gotten there, like as we were conversing about it, he made the comment of so all those conversations we had about you keeping clients, those weren't serious. And don't worry, Pookies, I clocked that shit. I clocked it professionally, but I still clocked that shit. I was like, oh no, I still plan on coming back for my clients during tax season. Like, I do plan on having my clients. And like, I am gonna be like having my clients for tax season. And honestly, I wouldn't even have to go back to the office for my clients because most of them mail in their documents or they just like drop them off. All I would have to do is send a letter, make some phone calls like, hey, I'm moving locations. This is the new spot to send your stuff, right? Like, if I wanted to, I could have literally no affiliation with this man and this office. But, so yeah, clock that real quick. And also, here's my thing. Just because someone's plans change, does not mean jack shit. Like, because this wouldn't really affect him. Besides, like, I'm probably one of the more, like, I don't want to say the best employee, but I'm definitely top 3 most reliable. You know, top 2, maybe. Because he's kind of replacing me with, like, this other coworker, which is fine because, like, she needs the hours and stuff, and she is, like, very competent with her job. I have no problems with her. Yeah, like, she is perfectly fine. She's not the problem. Yo, go get your bag, girl. You pop. Like, no problem with her. It is simply my boss. But, and in those past conversations that I've had with him, I've made it clear that I'm not gonna live here for my life. You know what I'm saying? Like I've made it abundantly clear, like, I'm not staying here. Like, I'm not gonna live here when, you know, I want to do all these things. And, that was on a Tuesday, a Monday or a Tuesday. I think it was Tuesday. Yes, Tuesday. It was on a Tuesday. And it was actually this past Tuesday last week. So this is all very, like, new and unfolding. But, then I came into the office on Thursday because I had, like, a client meeting. And before the client got there, he, like, jumped this on me that, wants to start, like, a new policy about requesting, like, days off instead of the way that I told you about, which has worked fine thus far, even when I needed off for, like, over 3 months because I was studying abroad. Like, there was literally, like, nothing. Like, nothing wrong with the old policy. But now, he's wanting to change it to where we have to do a, like, written extended vacation request or some shit that I don't remember exactly what he called it, but I think just extended vacation request or something. But yeah, that's what it was, extended vacation request, which it is gonna be, like, it is written. Obviously, I had to write literally, instead of doing the 3, like, instead of just writing, like, Kaylee needs the month of August off on the schedule, like how we normally would, I had to add a ton of filler words onto a piece of paper saying, like, my last day of availability is July 31st. I will not be available during the month of August. I do not have a planned return date at the moment. Like, da 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 da. Like, all the things that have already been written down and said to him, like, already communicated, and it just dragged out on a sheet of paper, which is one, in my opinion, a waste of time because I have already put that on our paper, like, already done it, already already communicated, like, whatever. And because he, like, jumped this on me, at the moment, I was like, oh yeah, like, that's fine, it's whatever, like, you know, like, just whatever, because it's brand new. Like, you know, like, it's not like I can exactly argue about something and put all my thoughts into words in less than 5 minutes. But yeah, I kind of think it's a huge waste of time And I've told my friend, mm, she's a psychology student. Like, I've told her about this situation, and she believes that it is a way for him to try to control the situation. Like, try to make it harder for me to leave, and, like, all this stuff. And honestly, I think she's right, because if our old policy worked fine for when I was gone for over 3 months studying abroad, then why is it suddenly not? You know, like, like, why is it suddenly an issue now? Um, be for real. So there's that. Like, there's that whole thing. And just from the way that all of this has been unfolding, like all the little comments, and like the new policy, and like all the things from all the conversations, um, I'm just kind of learning that I just don't want to work there anymore. Like, I've kind of outgrown it, because if you are acting personally offended that I'm leaving, or like I'm going to go, like, do my own thing, which I'm able to do, and has seemingly not been a problem in the past. Okay, like, if you are suddenly taking offense to that, that kind of tells me all I need to know, right? And it also tells me that maybe I wasn't being exactly taken serious in a way, because if in all of these conversations, like, if I've told you multiple times, like, oh, I don't plan on living here forever, I'm probably not gonna work here forever, like, like, making it clear that this is not going to be a permanent fit for me, and then you still get offended when, like, I'm sticking to it, and in fact not having it be permanent. Um, I explain it to me. Explain it to me like I am 2 years old, actually. I don't understand. But yeah, so I feel like I've outgrown it, if I'm honest. Um, just from this situation, because I'm 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 like, I don't even know. Like, I'm an adult. I have, like, all these qualifications. Like, like, it makes no sense. Like, if I have my own client base and everything, like, I just I can't. Like, I literally, like, I just can't. Like, I can't. I don't. Mm. But I'm yeah. So at some point, I probably will have, like, an actual little thing of, like, just not working there, or like having to write a paper being like, oh, like, I'm putting in my 2 weeks and blah blah blah, because you can't just tell him that you're putting in your 2 weeks. You have to, like, actually write it out and shit, which is TBH kind of hella weird, but whatever. I've never had a job that has, like, wanted, like, a written 2 weeks notice, you know, or at the very least, like, a job where you have to, like, write it out yourself, um and not like a slip or paper that you just fill out for them, where they've, like, already typed it up and whatever. You know what I mean? Like, be be real. And I've been working at this place going on, like, 7 years. So, and yeah, this situation is really making me feel like I've outgrown it. So that's, like, that part of the situation. Um, another part of the situation is, I'm like questioning how I'm gonna be making money, because I'm gonna be able to keep like a long-term job if we're still like, you know, moving around everywhere, which is fine. Like that's not like the worst thing in the world, especially knowing like because of this job in the next 3 years, my boyfriend's gonna be making like 6 figures each year, which we're planning on buying a house with. Um, so like it's not the biggest deal, but also I don't want to be in the situation where I am reliant on someone else for money for anything. You know what I mean? Like like these girls out here that are like my age, because I'm 20, like these like 19, 20-year old like trad housewives, like you're seeing on TikTok right now, like I'm worried for these girls. Like I'm completely opposite of these girls. Like I it's scary. Like it's just straight up scary. Um, who's talking? Okay. But anyways, like the best way to put it into words that I have heard, this isn't like my own wisdom, this is someone else's wisdom that I have absorbed into my brain, which thank fucking God. Thank God I got something going on up here, guys. Like literally, could you imagine if this was like empty in here? Like, could you imagine? But anyways, um, if someone can feed you, they can starve you, you know? And also, like, a 3 year gap in my resume doesn't really look great. Like, you know, so like, I wouldn't be making money, like, my working experience would take a little hit, like, whatever. But here is what I'm thinking, which honestly wouldn't even if I just come back for my clients during tax season, because then I'm still technically working there, and it's just a seasonal business. And wow, I feel like I had like a really bad list there. Um, it's a very seasonal business. I don't know why my S's are so whistly, but anyways, um, so there's that part of like I'm kind of uncomfortable not having my own income and stuff. And I'm thinking the way I'm going to combat that is I'm just going to focus on my art, because I haven't exactly been able to. I mean, I've been able to focus on it more in the last few months that I've graduated and everything. Um, and I have made like a good amount of money like in that time. So I think continuing on and like just still focusing on it, like I think I will be fine. You know what I mean? Um, it's just that I'm a little nervous going in, which is fair. I mean, I think everyone has that feeling, especially when we are leaving our comfort zone. You get a little squirmy about it. And is this like going to change my life? Like, is this gonna um be one of those cases where like my life is changed forever and I like just never see me again and I'm like gone into the void and blah blah blah, like insert a random movie plot here, la la la. No, no, because let's be real. Okay, like it is not the biggest life-altering decision. It's not. Um, but it's still kind of squirmy. Like it's still, a little uncomfy, a little uncertainty, not great. But that's like my dilemma that I'm having with this whole situation is like, is it more than likely going to turn out good? Yeah. But there's that little itty bitty like tiny, tiny voice that's like, oh, should I do this? Like, and to that voice I say, hell yes I should, because even even literally if everything goes to shit, like I'm straightened out in a different state, like single, broke on my ass, which I highly doubt because I have like money saved, and that's another reason that I feel like this isn't the worst like thing for me to do in my life. But like, say I'm on the side of the highway in a damn cardboard box, you know what? At least I can say I did something that most people don't do. At least I can say that I have lived my life for me. Possibly a hot take. But, I mean, really the only con that I'm seeing in this whole situation is just not having the traditional 9 to 5, which I've never really wanted the traditional 9 to 5. And I kind of feel like that's obvious because, like, my main jobs that are like 9 to 5 are both seasonal. And I think that's, and even with the job that I want, like the profession that I want, because I want to be, hear me out, I want to be like a household name. Like, I want to be the next Warhol or Da Vinci or, like, like insert famous artist here. Like, I want to be that. Sorry, but I don't. But, it's interesting. It's interesting. And I think I've been chipping away at it. Slowly but surely, I'm getting recognized by different galleries in different areas, and, it feels good. It feels good that people are like, damn, Shotty, your work is good. So, yeah, I think overall I'm gonna be fine. Like, it's not anything. I just kind of wanted to talk into the void for a little bit, and yeah, that's basically it. And thank you for listening. If you've even listened. For all I know, I could just be background noise, but either way. um, Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I feel like that's what it is. Um, and I don't really have much more to say. So yeah, thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed this random, rambly, like off my ass bullshit. Um, Hope you guys liked my little accent there. I really like doing my little accent sometimes. I'm from Ohio.